Hey favorite ones, welcome to yet again another Pick a Pile reading. Today we'll be focusing on the 222 portal, and it represents duality, balance, harmony, cooperation, partnerships, compassion, and compromise. The energy is also calling us to go deep within ourselves and find how we want our relationships to work out. So in honor of that, I wanted to do the title, May We, saying yes to balanced relationships. So we will be going over today on how you can bring more balance into your relationships of give and take, whether that be with yourself, your intimate partners, or your co-workers or family members, intimate or platonic. So now that we've gotten into that of what we're going to be over, I'll give you your piles. Today we are going with the Unicate, and then we have Hymenate, and then we have Dalmatian Jasper, and last but not least we have Carnelian. And today's deck I will be using the Tarot of Transformation deck, and all of this will be listed along with the timestamps below. So if you need to take a moment and meditate and pick which pile you would like to use, or you can pick all of them if you feel drawn to it, or you just want to support, that's always appreciated. And remember, not every message is meant for you. There's other people out there who will resonate with it. Leave that behind for them, as well as I'm not doing any personal readings online at the moment. If you get any messages in the comments below or in your DMs saying, hey, I have a reading for you, I will never do that. That's one of the scams people use, and I want you to protect your hard-earned money and give it to those who are legit. Okay, I will see you in your pile. Bye. Pile number 1. If you chose Unicate, then this pile is for you. Now, Unicate represents your third eye opening and using of scrying, whether that's water scrying, mirror scrying, or fire scrying. It depends on how you resonate. It will be something that could bring you balance and clarity within your relationships. It also is used to ground yourself through emotions and bringing spirituality together with that. So you could be finding balance within the duality of being within the physical and being within spirituality. So maybe you're out of balance in one way. It depends on who you are, whether you're living too much within the materialistic world and not bringing enough spirituality into it, or you're living too much in the clouds and you need to get a little bit grounded, because living with both is where you find your center. You will know which one is your situation, as you know yourself better than I do. All right. Can we get for pile number 1, how can we bring more balance? Oh, I'm flipped right out. I'm going to take that one. How can they bring more balance into their daily lives, Spirit? 444 on the clock. You could be saying 4 a lot, or as well as feeling stable, finding stability within your life, that could be why you're really focused on the materialistic at this time and not really believing in, you know, that the good days are coming in and that your ship is going to come in and that you'll find peace of mind. I feel like that could be a lot of pile number one's thing that you're dealing with right now is not having too much of peace of mind, and that could be really taking a toll on your relationships, especially those who want to console you and help you feel better. It could be leaving others feeling hopeless, since that's the energy you're in, and it just, you know, bleeds into others. Now, I'm not saying that it's not valid to feel down and out sometimes, but it's also good to remember that even when you're in a rut, there's always possibilities and opportunities to make a change within your life. So we have here as well that Unikite supports from illnesses. Yeah, so that could be something you're dealing with. It could be something within the body, and that's why it's really hard to live in the spiritual right now. Yeah, gassy. You could be overeating. I feel like indigestion a lot, so that could be throwing you out of balance and really making, you know, being within your body a little, you know, unpleasant at this time. But yeah, as I was saying, agent of change, be your own change, be the advocate for change within your own life, taking the reins and really reaching for the stars with your dreams and not letting, you know, the inner wounds, inner child wounds that you may have get you down. Point of orientation. So if you sit down with yourself and really think on when you stop believing in magic. Yeah, because I see here, especially, it could be throwing you out of balance with your own gut. I feel like that might be most of pile number one's that's causing you imbalance with the relationship with food. What's out of balance right now, and what spirit wants you to work on is your relationship with bringing balance to your food, bringing a balanced diet. So that doesn't mean you have to cut things out. Most dietitians, when I went to mine, usually indicate that you just need to add to your plate, not take away. So if you want to eat like some chips, make a nice healthy yogurt to go with it and some berries, or if you want to, you know, what's another example? You really want chocolate, maybe a smoothie with chocolate in it would help, you know, curb that craving, but also bring you nourishment, authentic nourishment. Some of you may be relying only on supplements or processed nourishment, like frozen fruits and vegetables, not to invalidate those or any less. But sometimes it's a little, you know, nice to have something fresh added to your vibrational healing. So yeah, definitely it will help higher your vibration level from despair. When you eat natural fruits, it has a naturally high vibration. If you're not into fruits, there's some like I just said, don't take supplements, but here I am going to suggest one anyway. There is, what is it called? Chlorophyll. There's either pills or liquid chlorophyll, and it has the highest vibration level that there is. It definitely helps with gut issues, and it helps with curbing cravings. like if you like have a relationship, a love-hate relationship with caffeine, and you really want to get rid of, but you don't know how to. I really feel like to bring balance into your life right now, what Spirit wants you to balance is your relationship with food. That doesn't mean that you're terrible at it or have a horrible relationship with food. I just feel like you may be overindulging in instant gratification, just a little much over what would be balanced. And we want to really get that scales like from here to here. And yeah, so I feel like, especially, you know, with the harvesting here, and there she's looking, and it doesn't have to be hers, gender neutral. But yeah, this individual is here and eating the fruits of their rewards, reaping the rewards of the, you know, fruitful abundance. And they're eating that, and now they're glowing, like their aura's getting stronger and stronger. And the stronger you are, when you are feeling a little down, and helping your vibration get back up will definitely make things easier to step forward on the right foot, you know, not and taking control of when you control what you eat, it's really easy to start controlling other parts in your life. And I am so working on this myself, and sometimes I fall back into old unhealthy patterns, and that may be where you are right now, and that happens to the best of us. And I think you're smart and capable of this change. The One of Swords. So really being an Ace of Swords is like being really in your mind, but swift action and quick results. So yeah, it's once you get to the point of origin, like, why am I eating like this? Is it because I'm unhappy in another part of my life? Is it because it's an instant gratification? Or is it just a habit that I need to realign with new healthy ones? So yeah, it'll bring radiance to your being. I just really feel like that's what relationship needs to be in balance at the moment. And it will once it brings balance between yourself and what you intake, then you will be able to balance between yourself and the outside world. And yeah, so there was some messages here that about eating more balanced, and there was also accepting nourishment from others, like emotional nourishment. Some of you may be rejecting love from others when they're trying to nourish you. I feel like it could be a defense mechanism, and I'm certainly guilty of that myself sometimes. And I'm no better than any of you. I'm just a messenger, and I can only speak from personal experience. So I've definitely had some personal experience with wanting to reject others so that I don't feel, you know, scared of abandonment, which could be the old wound that you're healing with, or it could be like I said, the eating habits as well that was passed down through generations, and you're really breaking that generational cycle and healing for a better, and not letting your past traditions dictate how you want to live your future. I also see a lot of music here. You could be doing sound bowls, working on lyrics. Some of you may be afraid of success or fear of failure. Depends on your story. You'll know which one situation fits you. For those who are afraid of failing, I see here that with your knowledge will grow your abundance. So don't be afraid to be bad at something until you become great at something. For those who are afraid of success, you don't have to give up on it. 15-15, you see fives a lot for change, as I said, and ones for paying attention. You don't need to limit yourself to what has happened in your family line before you. Maybe none of your family's ever seen kind of wealth that you want for yourself, and it might have a bit of survivor's guilt, like, why should I have this if no one else does? And you want to know what? Once your cup is full, then you're able to pour for other people. You're still going to be kind on the inside if you're kind now. That will never change. And if money does change you, then it wasn't really the money. It was something inside of you and your environment. And if it ever gets to that point, then you can always look within and start again with kindness, especially to yourselves. All right. So yeah, find the point of origin where you feel like why you're not nourishing yourself properly, whether that be spiritual, emotional, mentally, or through food. I feel like pile number 1 is learning how to find balance in nourishing. So like maybe you're watching too many spirituality videos and not really listening to your own inner validation. That's definitely one. Or what's another nourishment? I said mentally. Watching a lot of bad news and not watching like comedy and stuff like that. Really be aware of what you're taking in and consuming. So finding balance within consumption, whether that be mental, physical, emotional, or spiritual, that is for you, pile number 1. All right, I'm going to roll. And we have 2, 2, 4. So that's like 2, 2, 2, 2. So definitely some duality and stability coming in for you with that 4, 4, 4 at the beginning of the video, and it being the 2, 2, 2 portal. All right, I appreciate you coming through. If you give a like, subscribe, share to your friends, I'd appreciate that. And I look forward to you all in the next video. Remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. Bye. Pile number 2. If you chose Hemonite, then this pile is for you. So Hemonite is usually associated with balance. So straight up, just balance. It's to help balance. It restores, strengthens, and regulates the blood supply and aids blood conditions such as anemia. And it supports the kidney and regenerates tissues. Treats leg cramps, anxiety, and insomnia. So I feel like that right away indicates to me that pile number 2, you could be dealing with not sleeping very well and having anxiety. And we're going to go through this and find out how we can bring balance to your life and restore and strengthen. Also, it's Hemonite is the Greek word for blood. So maybe, I'm feeling like a lot of your balance comes from family and what that means for you. Good circulation, like circulation of family and friends. You're a real social butterfly. Now, if that doesn't resonate to you, then that's how other people see you. And we'll find out. Can we get pile number 2, please? How can they bring more balance to their overall life? What will make them say, oh yeah, to balance? I feel like looking up tantric affirmations and really working with your yoni, and it could be clearing out some past SA trauma. Trigger warning if it's too heavy of a subject, or then you're welcome to come back later when you're ready, or if you don't feel ready at all to discuss that, then you're certainly welcome to pick another pile or another video that I have. If you're asexual, I'm sure there will be other messages. If non-A continues to go on this way, then you are certainly welcome to try out another video for size 2. Yeah, so you don't have to do tantric affirmations. You could also do the sacral chakra to do affirmations as well. That's usually about finding creativity and feeling safe and balanced. As well with the root chakra, I feel would do you good as well, pile number 2. I feel, yeah, it says right here too, I pulled the card, creating creativity. So yes, I feel like with the affirmations, just clearing out unnecessary and old ways and patterns of thinking that may have been placed on you. It could have been through society, church, family members that have told you that sex is not sacred. And it is. It's a very sacred act. If you are not into sex, then people are shaming. It could be shaming you because you don't want to, and you are certainly valid in not wanting to. You are not any less of a person. But yes, I see a lot of bath cleansing, swimming in the ocean, rivers. I also see traveling. Yes, really taking off the mask of shame and guilt for having a creative passion. You could have people who tell you that you're not very good at your art or creating, or it could even be yourself that's telling yourself this. Or that you're not, or you telling yourself that you're never gonna find someone who will love you for you and what you need. You should always find someone. There is someone out there who will check all your boxes and who will treat you as you should be treated, and how you treat others. The web of life. Definitely feel like some of you are starting over, and that could be blocking your creativity due to fear that the other shoe's gonna drop. And they just want you to know that whenever someone tears down the spider's web, the spider doesn't go all angsty and out for blood or anything. It just builds a bigger and better one somewhere where all of its needs are, and lives its best life. It just gets back to it, and I feel like that's what spirit wants you to do, is to just get back to it. Really, it's time to come out of that cocoon. I feel like for a while now you've been holding back, and you've been wanting to stay in that cocoon and hermit mode for long past due, to the point where you already have wings, even though you're in the cocoon sludge still. And you're like, I'm still a cocoon sludge. And but you've already gained like so many transformational wings. You've gone through so many transformations, and I know you don't see yet pile number 2, but others do, and they're cheering you on from the distance. You might intimidate some of them so they don't know how to approach you, or you may seem not approachable due to, you know, um, being a wallflower, a social butterfly. Yeah, people see you as a social butterfly, but you see yourself as a wallflower. And even though you're a wallflower, wallflowers are still beautiful and they're still valid. And, wallflowers still catch people's eye. If you don't believe me, ask 70s wallpaper companies. Like, I know you can't, but there's a joke in there. Check them out. All the wallpapers for the kitchens, everywhere, bathrooms, all the colors. I feel you're really colorful. You bring colorfulness to people's lives. And to bring more balance into your life I feel like it's time for you to step outside of your comfort zone and show off your web. You've been a trapdoor spider for a while, and Spirit wants you to be more of a show-off spider, like a web spider. It wants you to come out and flourish. You may feel like you're a lone wolf, but Spirit really wants you to trust that they're bringing your wolf pack to you so that you will feel more, maybe not completely, but more a part of something that's more than yourself. And and I feel like you are bringing more balance to your life is by showing who you really are instead of hiding behind a mask of who you think people will like. And that will bring so much balance to your life, because then you'll start attracting the group that you're meant to be with. You could be seeing owls, turtles, and fishes a lot with the symbolism in here as well. Some of you may enjoy sanctuaries, and that could be why taking care of other animals. You may relate to animals more than humans, but Spirit really wants you to bring balance by associating and integrating with humans more. It's not my favorite. Definitely one of the things I'm working on, so this is a call out for me too. You can light candles. It says also mushrooms. Some of you might be into psychedelics and stuff like that as well. Metaphysics, especially with the symbolism inside of here. There's the mushrooms here. Some of you might be into gardening, and you might relate to plants more than humans or animals, like I said earlier, or bugs. You really connect with nature more. And what Spirit wants for you to do is get outside your comfort zone and start integrating and spending a bit more time with humans, and that can definitely bring more balance into your life, because right now I feel like you really associate with nature, which is amazing because we are nature. We're not disconnected from it, and that's one of the things Spirit wants you to realize is humans aren't disconnected from nature. So if you feel comfortable in nature, then there are those who you will feel comfortable with inside of a human community as well. You just need to find yours, and don't get discouraged when you don't find it right away, because that's like walking into the woods and finding a hungry bear, and you're like, no, the woods is bad forever, and you would never get to know the next time you go out there. And there's this little baby bunny and its mom and a whole bunch of brothers and sister bunnies just hopping around everywhere, and you get to see this really amazing blue jay build a nest, and there's you know, I really know you love that. You can find the beauty within the city limits or town limits as well. And if you live far away from people, then make a trip into town. Go to a library or something. You know, at least then you can find people who are in the interested in the same thing as you. Um, you can sit next to a section that you enjoy and, you know, maybe strike up a conversation and be like, oh, you like mystery novels too. What title are you interested in? This is the one I'm reading. And, you know, then you go on about your business. You know, you don't need to make super big strides to begin with. You could just start little and work your way up. You can definitely look inside my links below. There's a thing on being more assertive. So I feel like being more assertive and working on your self-confidence and communication with others will definitely help with balancing your overall life. It also, Himine also helps reduce blood clots and even slow, heavy menstrual periods. So that could be something else that you had been dealing with the thing is that you've been dealing with heavy, painful periods. Drinking more water can help bring balance to that, because most of the time it's from, unless there's something serious implications, it's usually from your pelvic muscles needing to work really hard. So drinking more water will help with that. If it's a serious implication, then that's not, it's easier said than done to just drink water. Turmeric and rosemary tea is really great for that. It's an anti-inflammatory. For those who get it, for those who don't, then you won't have to worry about that. So that disregard that message. Yeah, so I'm gonna roll dice, and I feel like that's all the messages I have for you today. We have, wow, 3, 4, 5. So next steps of your life, really just taking the next steps to integrate slowly and, you know, support yourself through. I know it can be anxiety and sleeping. Magnesium is something that my pharmacist recommended to me for helping with balancing moods as well as sleep. And it helps with anxiety too. So that's a little bit of everything there for you. If it's has to do with your public speaking, there's a link below inside of my descriptions, always in every video, in case you ever need to come back in order to keep learning. So 3-3-11-11 on the clock. Thank you for coming by. I enjoyed watching. I enjoyed reading your energy. I hope you enjoyed watching. And if you could give a like, comment, and subscribe or share to your friends, I'd appreciate that. All right. Remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. Bye. Pile number 3. If you chose the Dalmatian Jasper, I almost said Daniel, so maybe your name is Daniel, or maybe you're from the era of where that was super popular. I also feel like there's a lot of people who feel like you got the looks going on and super into you right now. Chaotic energy, it gets rid of chaotic energy and removes nightmares, as well as sucks up negative energy. It's said that the black spots are to do that. And Dalmatian stone jasper promotes devotion towards other people. So I feel like bringing balance is, for you, pile number 3 is giving back to society. I feel like you've really worked on building yourself up, and you're very stable and extremely knowledgeable in subjects multiple subjects. Some of you may have psoriasis, my skin started getting itchy, or some sort of skin condition as well. Bringing balance to your diet could be an indication as well. Okay, so pile number 3, please, Spirit Guides, Guardians, and Ancestors. Can we get how can they bring more balance into their lives? What will make them say, oh yeah, instead of, oh no, over situations in their lives? Please and thank you. Oh, don't lose it. I'm keeping that one. Some of you may have government paperwork to finish and process that will bring you balance to, like, bring your balance in check. You know, checks and balance. I think working towards financial stability is something that you're definitely working on. Some of you may be working towards charities or becoming financially stable, but you're still giving back whether or not you have money. I feel like you've been kind, and well, that explains why I wanted to come out. It was just the description. Oh yeah, maybe. Oh, that's it. I feel like some of you give descriptions for things. Some of you may be helping others become financially stable. Like all the things you've gone through, now you're supporting other people and helping guide them and navigate through, you know, things that aren't always simple when money matters, and having someone there to help, especially people who've been through the same thing before, can definitely be a big game changer. And I feel like that's what we got here for you. So yeah, first card we have that you were the Fool. At one point, this is the energy behind us. So I feel like you were the Fool at one point, and it's still in there, you know, your inner wisdom from when you started, and now you're like moving on to teach others the ropes and how to navigate. Yeah, you are the butterfly, now carrying others towards their dreams. It reminds me of Thumbelina when they had, in the book version of Christian Andersen, I think it is the author, inside of the book there was a butterfly that carried, I think it was a butterfly that carried her away on a seashell. You could collect the seashells, especially here with the 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like, yeah, especially with the 3 of Pentacles, which usually indicates collaboration and working with others. You could be a finance advisor, or you could be working with a finance advisor. And once you do, yeah, gracious abundance, you are now pouring into others, whether that be your knowledge, your kindness, your wisdom. You're now being a teacher for others. Now, whether that's towards humans or animals, you could just be a foster parent for fur babies or a human, and you're really just, you know, helping them navigate the universe, and cutting away the illusions that people are alone and they aren't able to succeed, when you know that there is a possibility because you did it yourself, and you're showing people that they can through a good example. You're being a good example for others, and I'm so excited. Oh, pile number 3. You are being a great positive example for others who may be going through financial burdens at this time, and you're telling them to put the burden down and take action towards being in control, and telling them how to jump through the hoops, even and put out the flames so that they're not jumping through a fiery flame of death, so that they can find financial security and stand up on their own 2 feet. You don't want them to be dependent on you. You're just pouring that information out and leaving seeds of knowledge and letting them grow themselves and really flourish on their own. So yeah, the Knight of Swords is usually bringing in clarity and peace of mind. You're bringing peace of mind to others, and that's how you're bringing balance into your life right now, is by giving back and letting people know that their innocence isn't lost, and that their dreams aren't forgotten. You're really helping others work towards their dreams, and whether that's through some sort of like financial help, wisdom, friendship. You might just be letting them know that they're not alone. Just that enough is so important, and not only more than enough, but also very vital and pertinent, because if a person doesn't know that they're not alone, then it's really hard to take the next steps towards wanting to even will for yourself better. If you don't have the will to want better for yourself, then it's really not as simple as it should be to move forward. And not saying that it's simple to move forward, but it's definitely a lot easier when you know that you're not alone. So that's how you're bringing balance into your life right now, is by being the hero you wanted and being the adult that you needed when you were younger. You're showing other people that there's people to be, that you're showing others that there's still people out there that you can feel safe with. You're being other people's safe haven, and you're a superstar. You are the sun. You're glowing like the sun down on other people, giving them nourishment and showing them that they have wings, and bouncing the light off of them, letting them know that their life isn't dull and gray. It's a rainbow. Yeah, definitely pouring from your own cup that is overfloweth, because look at it. Look at how much there is to give, and there's still more coming out. So you made sure that you are financially and emotionally and spiritually aligned, and now you are sharing that with others, whether that's on a global scale or just within your own little support group and friends and family. It's still so gracious and integrated work. 8 of Wands, wish fulfillment coming in and action being taken quickly. You're helping others have wish fulfillments come in. You are other people's wish fulfillment. So you went from being the Fool to being I think it's the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you're really showing others that abundance really does exist, whether that's abundance in wealth, health, friendship, love, nourishment. You're really pouring into others right now, and if you haven't started already, then that's how you can bring more balance into your life, is by sharing the wealth with others. You know, sharing is caring, and I feel like you are a caring person, whoever I am talking to, or all of you. Pile number 3s, you're caring, and it shows. And if you aren't showing it, then it's time to get at it. So you can look up online. 631 could be important to you. It could be a time of day. It could be when you're watching this, 631. You can look it up online under numerology and see how it resonates with you. Thank you for coming through and letting me read your energy, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with people if you feel like they'll resonate. And yeah, thank you. Remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. Bye. Pile number 4. If you chose Cornelian, then this reading is for you. So we have Carnelian, which symbolizes enhancing self-esteem, creativity, to combat feelings of inadequacy, as well as increase physical energy, and to overcome insomnia. It increases motivation towards taking action, as well as imposter syndrome. So I feel like pile number 4, you're not giving yourself enough credit. You might feel like you're not doing enough, not taking enough action, not living up to your own expectations, and you're really putting too much limitations on what it is to be successful, and not taking into account that of what real success is when you do your best and try again and not give up on yourself. That's true success. And I feel like you could bring balance into your life knowing that success is doing your best. So can we get for pile number 4, please? Spirit guides, guardians, ancestors. Can we get, how can pile number 4 bring more balance to their lives? I got the hamster dance stuck in my head. Maybe you need to dance, listen to some comedy, and not take yourself so seriously all the time. And that could be what's killing your gusto, is the fact that you always serious and not giving yourself a break. Cut yourself some slack. You don't have to continue on the child wound that if you're not being productive, then you're being lazy. And rest is productive because you're taking care of yourself. You wouldn't say a nurse is lazy even though they take care of people inside the hospital all day long. Then you shouldn't say the same about yourself when you're taking care of you all day long. I have awesome powers, so yeah, maybe you're feeling like you've lost your mojo. Yeah, I'm hearing awesome powers, and yeah, it's Spirit's telling me you've lost your mojo. You've taken life so seriously and cut out all the fun that it's really leaving you off center and not balanced. There's meant to be time to play as well as work. There's a time for work and play, and sometimes you get lucky and you get to do both. Now, of course, you might all not agree with me, which will leave us at creative differences. But yeah, others may feel that you need to be serious and constantly work hard in order to get ahead, but you also need to have fun or else you'll burn yourself out. So remember, you might need to do a Venn diagram of what needs to be done in the present and what can be a future goal. And in the middle is how you can work on both now, future goals and realistic future goals and realistic near future goals, and how you can work on both in the middle, how you can work, how you can have fun, and how you can bring balance to into your overall day. If you have to make a Venn diagram, then you certainly can go ahead. It also brings to my mind Venn from Kingdom Hearts. Maybe, play little video games every now and then. Maybe you were chastised in the past due to playing video games and maybe they weren't approved of or looked down upon, like you're not an adult or you're not taking your life seriously, or you could be doing better things with your time, but that's just not always true. Back in the day they used to have fairs and outings and carnivals and things to entertain. They used to have arcades and everything else like that. So it's not anything new to have fun, and if you're able to bring fun back to your life, then you're going to be birthing into a new form of yourself that's super balanced and creative. I feel like you'll be birthing new creativity. You might have had some writer's block and everything else, writer's block, or just thinking that you're, which will feed into your self-esteem and inadequate feelings, because if you're blocking your creativity by trying to be serious all the time, well, creative is in your solar, not solar, you may need to work on your solar chakra, solar plex chakra as well, but I was meant to say sacral chakra is where your creativity is. You can do affirmations. There's self-esteem and self-compassion videos and affirmations you can look up if you're into those. Flow with the change. So yeah, you've swimming in creativity may have been easier in your younger years, and now you're looking at the past, like, why can't I create the same way I used to? It could be an indication that you no longer resonate with the type of information that you used to create with before. Maybe in the past, I feel like most of you might have created out of fun. Like, you might have write stuff that was fun, and now you're not feeling so fun, so that could be a writer's block for that. Or you here, they're giving me an example so I don't have to explain this. Thank you. Remember Zuko inside of The Last Airbender, and once he was no longer angry anymore, he didn't know how to use his fire bending. And I feel that's the same, like passion. The fire represents your passion and your creativity. And now that you may have been coming out of a slump and become serious, or too serious to not allow yourself to have, fun or sad emotions, and you're like, but I'm not depressed anymore, I'm not a kid anymore, I'm grown up and I take things seriously. And that's the same thing as Zuko. No, like, I'm not angry anymore, I don't know what I'm gonna do, how am I gonna use fire bending? And they went, and he had to learn a new form, and he learned dancing. So I feel like if you could bring some dancing in your life, I feel like Pile number 4, you used to dance a lot, at least on your own at home with music on. I feel like you just don't have fun with yourself in the way that you used to, and your inner child's just really trying to indicate that, you know, natural intimacy with yourself. Treat yourself intimately, you know, treat yourself to a self date, buy yourself your favorite snack, indulge in your what is it called when they have a something that you watch that other people don't normally watch, so it's like your guilty pleasure. Indulge in your guilty pleasure. Now, whether or not that's actual pleasure or if it's just, you know, metaphorical pleasure, then in stroking your own creative fires and connecting with your higher self again and getting downloads of creativity, because really and protecting your inner child, because when you're talking with creativity, that's a very spiritual thing, and being serious and taking action is more of a materialistic thing. So when you're in the materialistic realm, 555 changes. We have 55555 on the clock. Big changes and a flow of change. So you may not like change, so you're trying to create structure in order to hopefully not have that crumble around you. Unfortunately, change happens whether you try to control every aspect of your life or not. But yeah, I feel like you could work towards your Kundalini awakening as soon as you stop taking like yourself so seriously, because I feel like your inner child is an inner class clown, an inner goofball, a jokester, a jester, and when you create seriousness around it, it really disconnects you from the spirit realm. And that's where creative energy comes from. It's the divine feminine part. We all have divine feminine and divine masculine, no matter who we are. And when you embrace too much in the seriousness, like, and not in the fun, then you're off balance. So I feel like pile number 4, really long-winded. You just need to let loose, let your hair out, blow in the wind. Some of you may be Scottish. It's because I got Meredith's father be like, I want to be free, let my hair blow in the wind. So yeah, let your hair blow in the wind. Go look at the stars. Put on your favorite cartoon, anything, you know, just get naturally intimate with yourself so that you can connect with being in a multi-dimensional universe. You are a multi-dimensional being. So if you're constantly being serious, then it'll be hard to birth a new form to you. Have you ever seen someone try to be serious during birth? It's just, you know, it's a lot harder on them than if they were making jokes like, "Woo, get this thing out of me!" Some of you might be afraid of childbirth. I know I certainly am. It's something I'm working on. I'm afraid and fear of change. So, you know, one thing to help you with change is do one thing you don't normally do every single day. Do something different. Do something that you don't normally do each day. Now, not putting yourself in danger, obviously calculated risks, but put yourself outside of your comfort zone a little bit each day. Yeah, so that's what I have there for you is bring more fun into your life. Watch comedy, dance around, put on some Weird Al or something like that. Two, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Pile number 4. So appreciate yourself. Be your own cheerleader. Um, yeah, that's what I have for you. I really enjoyed reading your energy, and I hope you cut yourself some slack. Give yourself a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Maybe you're being a little bit too hard on yourself about your dietary needs and not allowing yourself to have that little snack every now and then for fun. Even dietitians say you're allowed to have a snack at least twice a week. And, never take away from your diet. Always add more nutrition to it. Keep it balanced. So, I can't wait to read your energy in the future and feel you all break out of that mold and really let your creative passions dance on. All right. Thank you. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And I look forward to reading your energies in the future video. Remember to eat, hydrate, have fun. And anyone who watched all the way through, thank you. I appreciate you. And bye.